You can, how dare you insult Afar have much more. It's been 4 days now, brethren. 4 days that they killed officer. I have not seen one single Afar to actually come out blazing like they did, or I haven't seen a lot of them come out to condemn this, except for those, when I say condemn, no, I'm coming to what I mean by that too, except for those who are like warning the victims and the would-be victims. Hey, all of you should be very careful, okay? Be careful of the kind of Afar's house you go to. And I expected them to say, this is shirk. It's called shirk or something, which is like, in Quran, it says, God, Allah, it was not born. Nobody gave birth to him, and he did not give birth to anyone. That is Allah. So they said Allah does not want you to worship any idol or worship anything aside him. So this is called shirk, which means it is satanic. So I expected them to have this clamp down on them. You know, like, they know them. They actually know what is all these murderers, ritualists, who are using the cover of Islam to perpetrate all this madness, okay? They know them. In fact, there's a clip I'm going to put on. I didn't put that up earlier, but I'm going to now, so that I can share that with you. It's also in Yoruba. There's a particular one. People are mentioning their names. They said that there's a particular one, right? Who told people that for you to become somebody, you must eat somebody. And he would say that, and they'll say, why would you have to eat someone? Who means they have to, if you want to become somebody in life. Àfà.
Àmọ́ ṣe pé mo fẹ́ wẹ̀wẹ̀ gbèsè ayé ní ìbá bẹ̀rẹ̀ ọ̀sẹ̀ látẹ̀yìn ó dà mo kí lẹ́fẹ̀ẹ́ bọ̀ níbẹ̀ ọ̀sẹ̀ ń bẹ̀ tá à ń wẹ̀ látò tá àtò kíkùn. Tó bá bẹ́ dé èèyàn wájúwájú lójú kú pé ọ̀sẹ̀ ń bẹ̀ tá à tún kọ́ wẹ̀ látò kíkùn. Ìwọ tó bá bẹ́ dé èèyàn láyé bó bá ti gbèsè ojú kò tí ì dè.
Èyí tó bá ń pè ní èyí tó wẹ̀ látẹ̀yìn yẹn orúkọ ẹ̀ tó ń pè òun ni sọmídolówó sọmídọlọ́rọ̀.
What they are saying is that there are different kind of soaps. There are some of the soaps that you have to, when you want to bath it, right? You have to bath it from the knees. So you wash your knee to be reached. There is another one that if you want to bath it, you have to bath it from the behind, from the back. So they said the name of the one you have to bath from the back is called Somidologo Somidolola. That means make me rich, make me wealthy. But these weirdos they are not rich. When you see majority of them perpetrating and killing people for rituals, right? They ended up having to drive used cars. 2005, 2000 car, 2006 car, 2010. So the ones that are better off among them will be buying themselves 2010 cars. So they will kill a human being. And then they will say, oh yeah, it makes us rich. In the name of Islam, they know them. They will tell you, no, what they are doing is wrong. But guess what? When you go to their gatherings, these guys are still invited as preachers. They are now kind of trying to make it look like Islam did not send them. Of course, we can't agree with that. They are now saying, to make the matter worse, right? They are saying these ones are not Islamic cleric. They are babalawos. Just so you believe that it is babalawos. Yoruba traditionalists. They are the ones who are synonymous to doing anything ritual, which is not true. Just so you know that, don't blame us. Don't blame Islam for it. It is some of these guys who are doing their own. But what are you doing about it? What have you done about it? Nothing. Because it serves the purpose of some of them who are practically doing it secretly. And what is Isha Afani Monshe, by the way? How can somebody be like, what do you do for a living? Isha Afani Monshe. What does that mean? Islamic clerics they are like the main thing they do is to teach people how to read Arabic, Quran. Anything after that, that's not a job. I know some of you will be like, what about pastors? What are they doing? What's their job? That's the point. Criminals in Nigeria, they are hiding behind religion to perpetuate all kinds of, illegality, all kinds of crimes. And that protects them until they are caught. And then, they'll be back. There was, you see this young boy that got caught recently now, this one, Abdurrahman. He will be released. I mean, he won't be the first person. They've had people in the past in Ilorin arrested for killing people. Afar. But they have been released. They are back on the streets. Don't know all their names, right? But there's a particular one that constantly featured in people's responses, people's reactions. I said, there is one in Ilorin here who is, they don't have job. They want to be rich. And that is why they will tell you they have different I have different means of turning people to wealthy people. So before you become something, if you go to Ilorin, people who are selling human parts, selling a soap, selling a pot, selling everything that you kind of normally find with the Onisheguns, you will see how fast they are the ones patronizing them. There are some of in my own hometown, there was a guy who came from the same Ilorin. Sorry, you are Ilorin. I'm not trying to take a dig at you. I'm just kind of speaking about a general public problem that some of you have normalized, and some of you believe that you are smart enough to avoid them, or some of you are comfortable with them as well, like normalizing it. Like, it's just to go and do prayer now. I just went there to go and do prayer now. Here you get. So this is not a dig at you, the Ilorin people, like normally, or you get, but I have issue with those who continue to, to postulate about this, their Islam, but their way of life, in my own opinion, is totally un-Islamic. So to now force this idea or join the bandwagon of those who are always, comfortable, like labeling the Yoruba tradition, like as if to say Yoruba tradition, Yoruba religion, Yoruba culture is evil. That's what they do. This is, So it is what we must ensure for the sake of our own children. It's what we must ensure does not kind of like, a stick. Because those who wanted to make us believe that Yoruba tradition, Yoruba culture is secondary or is inferior to their religion, these are a bunch of criminals hiding behind religion. And they must continue to be exposed. Always. Omo will leave Ilorin, okay? And let's say, may the soul of Hafsat, not only that we should say that the soul of Hafsat should rest in peace, we pray that Hafsat and her family, they will actually get justice. It's so important that they get justice. That everyone hiding behind religion to perpetuate evil should have no place to hide, either high or low. They shouldn't. And those who don't want this kind of expose on Islam should also do more. These criminals. And what do? You report them. You expose them. See what they are doing in Anambra, where they are going after the Okwete, what do they call them? The Babalawos who are promising people quick rich, get rich quick, kind of a thing. Now they are going after them like it is, what do you call it? It is like an epidemic or a pandemic. Even though people are now saying that, why just the traditionalists? Why not other Christians? Why not Muslims? Because they are all carrying out this act of criminality behind religion. You can expose them and protect the people. Nigeria is in a very bad place right now. People are going through a lot. And this makes more people more vulnerable, by the way. It makes people more vulnerable to or susceptible to, to these chancers, these criminals who are hiding behind religion to take advantage of them or even take their lives. People want to get out of poverty. And whatever will make them get out of poverty, right? It's a deal, right? I have this guy who called in into a program in Abeokuta. No, he called him from Abeokuta. He called him into a program in Lagos. And he was talking about what he's been facing. Things have been so rough. Things have been so hard. He's been unable to take care of his family. His jobs have been lost. This and that. You get like, normal, I'm tired. Things are just not working. Kind of a thing. So he now said somebody introduced him to one Baba in Abeokuta. And when he went to see the Baba asked him, how many children do you have? And he said he has 4 children. And they were like, well, we are going to use one to make you rich. So he now said he was thinking of using his last born, a boy who was just about 3. That he's been thinking about it and thinking about. So he called into that program, that radio program, and he was talking about how the situation in Nigeria has pushed him to that state. Now it's between making the decision of I want to use my son for money ritual. And I've said this to you many times, all of you watching Mayegun. I don't know what everyone is going through. We are all going through one thing or another, no doubt. But if you allow yourself to be used to kill somebody because you want to make money, there is nothing called money ritual. If there is anything called money ritual, number one, with the level of people, with the amount of people they are killing in Nigeria every day, those ones that are, people going missing, and those that have been killed for ritual, those that have been killed for organ harvesting and the rest. But even those ones, especially those ones killed for money ritual, that alone should have put Nigeria in a place where Elon Musk money, you should have like maybe like 1,000 Elon Musk. Yeah, you should have like 1,000 Elon Musk in Nigeria. Because our money ritual means the money will be coming from somewhere. Sure, you get now. And they just have to just go, the spirits just have to go there and pack the money and give you, So which means somehow, you should have within rate at which people are being killed for money ritual. So that ordinarily should have turned Nigeria to like heaven of multi-billionaire in dollars. But no, your money ritual only actually afford you or make you to be able to afford building yourself, what do you call it, 2-bedroom flat or 3-bedroom, and then buying yourself one aluku car, aluku, and the rest, so that you can pretend to be better than your neighbor, pretend to be richer in a way. So there is nothing called money ritual. Whatever you are going through, don't kill anybody for money. Don't do it. All right? Some of you should understand that those who want to do money ritual for you, they don't like money. They don't want to be rich. When you look at them and you look at the person who wants to make the money ritual for you, that alone should tell you that you are actually meeting a lunatic, a criminal, a murderer. And that will automatically make you a murderer. It won't make you a billionaire. You won't become a billionaire. Money ritual. The only money ritual that exists is hard working. Because they say the word for hard work is more hard work. It's more work. Hard work. Work hard. Work hard enough that maybe it's just that Nigeria is not a real place, right? It's not about working hard. Because even if you work hard, the system is so rigged against you. The inflation is there to undercut whatever achievement that you probably would want to achieve by working hard. Your business, your jobs are always at risk of being terminated, being destroyed because of the economic policies or decisions of the rogues in your political offices. Now, when you understand this perfectly well, all right, you are not going to go and then kidnap somebody's daughter or kill somebody's son, or begin to look for somebody's pants, or begin to look for somebody's used sanitary pads because it's going to make you rich. That is not real. It is a total state of mental health. It is a mental health problem. And I know that Nigeria can really, really be very hard enough to make you mad and without knowing. So if I have any advice for anyone, I would say, please, don't kill anybody. Don't kill somebody because you want to do money ritual, because there's nothing called money ritual. No. And that is why majority of those who have money in that contraption, they just have to cut corners. Cut corners, cheat the system, and all of that kind of stuff. Join a political bandwagon so that you can possibly sustain your wealth. And that is primarily the reason why those who even parade themselves as rich people in Nigeria, they do not have any kind of independence, despite the money they claim to have. Because when you trace the money, their money is always kind of traced to the government or somebody in government overlooking their criminal ways. Sure, you get. That's why you can't see them speak out when criminal politicians are making decisions that affect them, that will affect their fortune. They just cower. Somehow they probably find a way around to go and kiss the ring or bend the knees for these criminal politicians. But if the system is working, there's so much prospect that people can, sort of tap to become financially, free, financially buoyant. And you don't even need a lot of money to live in Nigeria. I was with my one of my biggest uncles just a moment ago. Okay, this is a person that has been done everything, right? He's a very rich guy. But we were talking about the weather in Houston, that this weather is so great. It's giving Nigeria vibe. The people are just, there's some level of recklessness in how people drive and all of that. But nevertheless, right, the weather is so great. And my uncle was like, I love coming here. He's retired now, so he loves coming here during this time so that he can just kind of like, the weather is fine. I'll just go to Houston and relax for 2 months, and then I'll go back to Nigeria and just live my retiree life and the rest of that. And he said, a rich man, he said, you don't even need much money. But one thing I caught from what he said again was that once you have little money to probably put a place together for yourself, maybe a car to move around, and then a security. I was like, well, that never used to be part of the menu. We don't usually need to actually hire our own private security. Like I said, the actions of those who are in politics, those who are in government, their actions put all of us in danger. You get? So similarly, if to say the right people are in government, the right people are directing the affairs of the place, right? Inflation is not the cutthroat that you have right now, okay? So ordinarily, you have a chance to have something, or make something for yourself moderately and live averagely. You get what I mean? Today in Nigeria, you will see people in their 30s. They don't have any plan of settling down or having a family because they can't even feed themselves. Talk less of feeding someone else's stuff. Meanwhile, when our own parents were in their 20s, they were married. They were building their own houses. They were not rich. They were not like super rich. They were just like normal, ordinary people doing the normal. But they were able to put money together, build houses, get married, raise children. There are so many of us that were raised by our parents who were not rich, but they were all right. So Nigeria is a place where, or anyway, that is a place where you can actually really live, if not because it is a wrong country, it's a wrong place, and it is not real. And those who have been in charge of the contraption have been like curses, to the country and to our people, unfortunately. We're talking about curses. This morning, oh, hang on, I think I have the letter. Let me see if I still have the letter. There's a letter written, I think it was last week, by the Lagos State House of Assembly, Miranda. And they said, you remember they removed Obasa when Obasa was away in Canada and America. So Obasa called it a coup, okay? So now, the Lagos State House of Assembly, right? The Lagos State House of Assembly wrote a letter, the clerk, or acting clerk now, anyway, wrote a letter to the DSS, asking the DSS, okay, to please come and take over the SSS, rather, to come and take over the State House of Assembly because they heard that Obasa is planning to return to office as a speaker. But this one will never go away. As a speaker tomorrow. And they believe that is going to lead to the breakdown of law and order. So this morning, SSS, which is also DSS, armed to the teeth, dressed in black. They took over the State House of Assembly. Number one, here is the confusion, okay? Number one, they were invited. But those that came to the State House of Assembly today, we are not sure if